I don't know, 2014, 2015, we started rewriting a lot of our operating systems to modern data model structures with APIs, as well as the ability to deliver analytics out of the infrastructure. And the view with AppDynamics was always to take their incredible analytics capability at the application layer. They had a phenomenal user interface that's very directly connected to the business issues that our customers are trying to solve. And we felt like we could feed them more insights out of the infrastructure to help them just have more visibility to what's going on across the whole IT infrastructure. As we've seen evolve, obviously, the application development models are shifting significantly. Back when I used to write applications, they were all tightly integrated with tightly integrated IBM components.
Sure.
And now you have this new, DevOps and then cloud native app development where you're calling on microservices and functions that sit in different areas, different cloud providers. And so it's going to be increasingly important for us to be able to have analytics tell us what's happening with our applications and our performance. And Thousand Eyes was just a great example. They've done an amazing job of really, deploying sensors and gathering information out of public clouds, out of telcos, out of private enterprises. And we think it's another opportunity for us to help our customers just gain more insights and really understand how that works. And I think there's also the opportunity for partnerships if we can sort of feed this platform, and then there's other analytics that can come in from other companies and other organizations that actually have visibility. I think that's what we're going to need in this new world that's massively distributed and sub-elements of applications running everywhere. We're going to have it. So that's what's driving it. And we think that, Thousand Eyes is going to be a great addition.
Yeah, you think about what's happening on the network side. You mentioned 5G, the edge, the cloud providers, the data center. There's no shortage of places to host and run your workloads.
Right.
And I think it's becoming increasingly more complicated to kind of zoom out and make sense of what's happening. And I think, more sophisticated the environment, the harder that is going to be to piece together. And I think platforms like AppDynamics and Thousand Eyes, I think, can really help clients through that, point in time problem.
The conflict between price and performance, again, was very deeply rooted in shared nothing architecture, where every node came with a certain amount of performance and a certain amount of capacity, and that capacity cost more if you wanted it to perform better. Once we disaggregated those two and allowed us to use the lowest cost flash available, we're basically breaking that trade-off. And so breaking all of these trade-offs, what does it mean for the customer? It means that they don't need to think about it anymore. They don't need to choose between high scale or high resilience. They don't need to choose between low cost and high performance. And so the first thing they gain out of it is they don't need to think about storage anymore. It just works. And then the second thing that they realize, usually a few months after they start using the system, is that they can start doing things that they couldn't do before. They can start analyzing not just a small subset of their data, but the entirety of their data set. And they can do it not in a batch process overnight, but in real time. And they can have 100 different teams, whether it's in the financial space where it's quant teams, or in the life science space where it's researchers. They can have all of these teams work on the exact same data set without stepping on each other's toes, because of the way we do workload isolation, and because each of those teams can get their own nodes that aren't interacting with the other team's nodes.
Episodes of the Looking Ahead podcast with Eric Kaplan are available on thinkahead.com and your favorite podcast platforms.